Welcome to Beyond the Trailers coverage of the 2012 Academy Awards, giving you an in-depth look at the top categories. And be sure to cast your vote for who you think should win in our poll at tinyurl.com/BTTOscarVote 2012. There's even a write-in section, as this year the Oscars are snub central. Now let's take a look at the nominees for Best Supporting Actor.
Kenneth Branagh, My Week with Marilyn.
What a wonderful development for Branagh! The famous British thespian made a huge splash over 20 years ago with his opus Henry V, then after a flurry of activity seemed to disappear from Hollywood. In fact, while this is his fourth Oscar nomination, it's his first in 15 years. And while Branagh also made a name for himself this year as the director of the hit Marvel film Thor, it's nice to see he's still a multiple threat. Will Branagh win? Probably not, but it's nice to have him back, and even if he did opt out of directing Thor 2, here's hoping he sticks around.
Jonah Hill, Moneyball.
How did this happen? When Superbad came out, did anyone imagine that just 5 years later we'd see Hill at the Oscars with a nomination? Yes, Hill has certainly transformed himself in more ways than one, and unlike some other comedians who've lost a significant amount of weight, has retained his popularity with audiences. Make no mistake about it, this could be a game changer for Hill, so long as he capitalizes on it by making smart choices going forward. Nobody's saying he has to stop making the fun comedies, but he'll have to continue to mix it up if he doesn't want this nomination to seem like a fluke or a stunt. But how cool is it that the 21 Jump Street remake now stars an Oscar nominee? Then again, Johnny Depp's got plenty of nominations too, so I guess it just became a tradition.
Nick Nolte, Warrior.
This is one of the few nominations that at least made some fans happy this Oscar season, because make no mistake about it, Warrior has a small but devoted fan base. And for those of you unfamiliar with Nick Nolte during his pre-substance abuse days, the guy actually used to be a model and was named People's Sexiest Man Alive in 1992. And while the years have not been kind to Nolte, he certainly acted the hell out of them. This is his third Oscar nomination, and he's vying against Christopher Plummer and Max von Sydow for who most deserves the recognition at this stage of their careers. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Nolte's going to win. But fortunately, the man's got a number of great roles on the horizon, such as in two hotly anticipated noir films. Taylor Hackford's Parker opposite Jason Statham and Michael Chiklis, and Gangster Squad opposite Ryan Gosling and Sean Penn. We'll see him back at the Oscars again soon.
Christopher Plummer, Beginners.
Before the Oscar nominations came out, I would have told you that Christopher Plummer had this thing sewn up. He's got the whole "it's his time" argument going for him, the same one that caused Alan Arkin to beat out Eddie Murphy back in 2007. But then Max von Sydow got a nomination as well. He still doesn't have an Oscar either. Man, what's the Academy to do? Too bad they don't decide these things on actual merit, huh? But if they did, there'd still be a case for Plummer, who's impressed many with his role as a father in his 70s who comes out of the closet before dying. His performance was actually so good that despite Beginners coming out in June, he's still the frontrunner. That's very impressive considering how the Academy usually has a pretty bad memory.
Max von Sydow, extremely loud and incredibly close.
That's right, the dude from The Exorcist, Hannah and Her Sisters, and David Lynch's Dune. Mentored by none other than Ingmar Bergman, von Sydow, like fellow nominee Janet McTeer, is one of those steady-working character actors who might not be movie stars, but are indispensable to the medium. Von Sydow has so far gotten very little recognition for his work in Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, just like the film itself, yet the Academy seems intent on righting that wrong. Intent enough to give him a win? We'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, von Sydow just sent out this handwritten note to the Academy, and it really pulls on the old heartstrings. And those are the 2012 Best Supporting Actor nominees. Who do you think deserves the Oscar? Leave your comments down below, and don't forget to vote in the Beyond the Trailer Oscar poll. It closes on February 18th. I'm Grace Randolph, and I hope you'll check out the rest of BTT's Oscar coverage.